All right. Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are doing good. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hello.
All right. So as you can see, I have my bestie here with me. I'm so excited.
Hello.
All right. So this is day 3 of our Operation Pro Cheer Challenge. I'm really excited to kick things off. I see that we already have quite a few people on. So if you could just go ahead and start putting in the comments where you are joining us from, because we would love to kind of know where you are, what you're up to, what's been going on, all of that good stuff. And in the meantime and in between time, we are actually going to switch locations really quick, just because I just realized something that I needed in another location. It's probably easier to just hop over there than to try to figure it out from here. So this was the original setup that we were excited about, but now we're going to just have to adjust. So give us just 2 minutes and we will be right back with you. If you can, start thinking about the questions that you have around nutrition and fitness and all of that good stuff, and we will be with you in just 2 seconds. And then obviously Sadie and Brittany are available and on if y'all have any questions as well. And we will literally be right back. Promise, promise, promise.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear us now?
Yes, because I can hear me over here.
Yay.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Can y'all hear us now? Oh, no. Hear all of the comments saying can't hear, can't hear, can't hear. Oh, can y'all hear us now? Sadie, next time, feel free to call me. Let me stop talking because I just want to make sure that y'all can hear before we go. Oh, yay. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me close out of this because it's like a double echo. Let me just. Okay. All right. So we were so excited. We were chapping it up and y'all couldn't even hear what we were saying. So we're giving shout outs to everyone here and where you all are from. We have New York, Vegas, Minneapolis, Dallas, Texas, Mexico, Michigan, Miami, Florida, Louisiana, just so many places all over. And then I get to the messages of we can't hear you. Audio issues? Yeah. Okay, so awesome. All right, so I think we're good to go now. I hear a whole lot of yeses. So sorry about that, guys. I tried to set up in the other location and realized that I didn't have access for whatever reason. My mouse would not connect to my new laptop. So, but what I was explaining, Laura was on here and she said, where was Laura's comment? Up a little bit more. Oh, I think it went away. Oh, she said, let's do this. And so I was just like, oh, hey, Laura. So basically what happened earlier tonight we were double booked. So at 7 p.m. we had a nutrition and fitness call with our Approach Your Playbook program. And I had moved our elite call for the Approach Your Playbook program up to 7 because we normally meet at 8, but then I'm supposed to be here with you guys at 8. And I was so passionate about the topic that we were talking about on the elite call that I look up and it's 5 minutes to 8 and I like panic and I'm like, okay guys, well, I gotta go. So sorry about that. We weren't able to test out the mouse and all that stuff. And I need to be able to scroll and put stuff up on the screen and all of that stuff for you all to see. So we are here. We are in full effect. Yes. I'm super excited. We have so much content for you guys. For those of you that don't know me, hello, I'm Janine. I'm CEO and president of Sideline Prep. Super excited to be here with you. I was a professional cheerleader for 11 amazing seasons, 8 years with the NFL and 3 years with the NBA. While I was a cheerleader for the Washington football team, formerly the Washington Redskins, that's when I met Jeanette. And then just to kind of like show off this Missy right here. Here is her team photo from back in the day. Yes. And if you kind of look, she almost looks exactly the same. I have to say, though, her body now, in my opinion, is better. Like you can actually see the definition in her muscles and like especially in her stomach muscles and her arms. She's so amazing, so fit. Super excited to have her here with us today. Yes. What we are really going to talk about tonight is how to get calendar ready. And so that really is about nutrition and fitness and fueling your body in the right way. So before we kind of hop into the content, I would love if you don't mind, go ahead and just introduce yourself. Yes.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to have you guys here with us today. My name is Jeanette. I would not be here without this amazing woman right here, Bestie for life. I am a mother of a busy 8-year-old, soon to be 9 on Saturday, which Janine is his godmother. That's how close we are. I am a health and fitness coach. I have a master's in nutrition. I am certified fitness instructor. I am a certified nutritionist. I have a company called Fit with Jeanette that I started shortly after my son was born. I really focus on the mindset shift that it takes to continue your health and fitness journey. But more importantly, it really is about making you understand how incredible you are and how incredible you're going to continue to be when you start to implement some of these things that we're going to talk about today into your life. And what we really want to emphasize here is that this is just not temporary, right? These are things that you're going to take with you the rest of your life as long as you implement them every single day. So we are all about the whole person. This is just not a quick fix. What we do here is provide so many different resources for you to be the best version of yourself. And I am so excited that you guys are here with us today.
Yes, and we have so much content to cover. So let me kind of just go over really quick where, I guess, like when you think about nutrition and fitness, where it all kind of falls in play with the model. Like I know I already went over this as far as our game plan to go pro, but basically what happens, especially when you are working with us, you will actually talk to Jeanette one-on-one. You'll have a call with her to set goals and to develop a plan of action. So that's in the prepare phase. And the conversation is also going to go into mindset and confidence as well, because she understands, I understand, we all understand and know that it really is, how you treat your body has a lot to do with your mind and your confidence around food and being a healthy version of yourself. So that's the preparation phase, figuring out exactly what your workout should look like, what your eating habits should look like. You'll work with Jeanette, figure out all of that good stuff. And we're going to give you all so much information, so many tips here tonight as well. And then, as you can see, you'll start to implement that plan. So nutrition and fitness is key. It's one of the core components that we focus on within the program. You'll implement that plan. And part of that is the reacting to the plan, and then evaluating your success. So throughout the entire process, Jeanette encourages everyone to, text her, let her know how you're doing every single day with your food, what you're eating, your workouts, all of that. Once a week, we, within our nutrition and fitness success tracker, you're putting in, your weight and all of that. And then you're filling in what you're eating every single day. And if you realize that you're not going in the direction that you want to go in and you're not seeing the progress that you want to see, then that's where, we react and then we evaluate. And then you just hop on the phone with Jeanette or let her know what's going on, and you all can course correct. So it really is a seamless process, but you've got to stay committed to it. You obviously have to really listen and trust what Jeanette says. So really quick, I want to just go over a couple of things before we dig into the content. Just as a reminder, like I said, tonight it is about getting calendar ready. Thursday, we are talking about Dance Like a Pro, and then Friday, mindset, like my favorite topic of all time. And that's what I was talking about. Like we got really deep tonight on the elite call, and it had a lot to do with mindset and how you're showing up, your identity, your being. And so we're really going to talk and dive into that on Friday. I also did mention, and we'll go ahead and add it to the schedule. So Sadie, I know it was supposed to be a surprise, but if you can go ahead and add it to the schedule, we can remove Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and we can update our schedule to show Thursday and Friday. And those are 8 p.m. Eastern, guys, both of those evenings, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then Monday and Tuesday, we do have 2 bonus days for you all. I am so excited for our bonus days. On Monday, we have a current gent that is going to be on, and I don't want to spoil the surprise and tell you who he is, but he's amazing, and we'll hear his story and the progress that he's made in the program, especially with working with Jeanette. And then also on Tuesday, we're going to highlight a couple of our coaches. And so you'll be able to get some feedback from a standpoint of someone that's been through the audition process, but then also someone that is currently coaching people going through the audition process, which I think is extremely, extremely important. So that's what we kind of have in store, kind of coming up from a scheduling standpoint. So if you can, what I would love for you to do is go ahead and grab your workbook, because we're going to go ahead and just dive right in. As a reminder, really quick as well, we would love for you all to be a part of our text community. So don't forget to join our text community. So the information is right there on the screen for you. As you're getting out your workbooks, go ahead and also text Pro Challenge to 804-49-GO-PRO. So 804-49-GO-PRO. Absolutely love this number because 804 is from my hometown, Richmond, VA. And then I was able to get GO-PRO in it. Like, it just doesn't get any better than that. Also want to remind you that we are giving away 2 $1,000 scholarships on Thursday. So all you have to do is just show up and be a part of the conversation and put yourself first. That's all we're asking you to do. It's like a little bit of a bribe. So when you show up live, your name goes in the pot. When you do your play of the day, your homework each night, your name goes in the pot. When you post on social media and use hashtag SP Pro Cheer Challenge, and also go ahead and, obviously tag Sideline Prep, then your name goes in the pot. So you have to show up live on Thursday to win the $1,000 scholarship, but we are not giving away just one. We are giving away 2. So please be on the lookout for that, because we're super, super excited about it. All right, so I'm going to get a little bit closer to Jeanette so that we can get both of us in this picture.
Yes.
And we're going to go ahead and talk about getting calendar ready. And so this whole term, getting calendar ready was something that I learned when I became a professional cheerleader. And it basically means getting your body ready to the point that you can go on a calendar trip and get in front of the photographer and take photos and feel confident about yourself.
Yes.
So it's about not just, getting tone and lean and your overall physique. And someone mentioned in one of the questions, your physicality, but it also has a lot to do with your stamina and your ability to be able to get through the audition process, get through a game day. So one thing that I just want to kind of remind you all is that this has to be a lifestyle. It has to be part of kind of who you are and what you bring to the table. So I think that I might have the wrong sheet up. 1 second, guys. So Jeanette, while I'm pulling up the correct document, if you could talk a little bit about this mistake. So on your sheet, it will say, that mistake number 3 is not creating a healthy lifestyle. So talk a little bit just about why this is such a big mistake.
Right. So as I kind of said in my introduction to you guys just a few minutes ago, I really was saying, that we are about the whole person, right? It's all about mindset. It's all about you being the best version of yourself. And that healthy lifestyle includes all of those things. I am not, as a nutritionist, a quick fix, right? What we're asking you with this healthy lifestyle is to implement eating, healthy, taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, getting enough sleep, drinking your water, taking your multivitamins every day, really learning how to deal with stress. All of those things encompass a healthy lifestyle. And so when you're trying out for a professional team, those are the things that you need to implement. Because if you think about it, your schedule's going to change dramatically. You're going to be under a lot of stress. You're going to be juggling so many things. So if you don't learn these things now, then when you actually become a part of a squad, you'll have all of these things to help you get through your first season, which is going to be your busiest, the most fun, the most challenging, but the best one. I swear, it's like your life is just going to change and you're going to be so proud of all the things that you accomplished to get there. And so we're going to help you with that when it comes to fitness and nutrition. So that's why that healthy lifestyle is so critical. It is so many things that make up that healthy lifestyle, but it really comes down to you making a decision that you really want to do this.
Yeah. And so what I was just thinking about is like, before we even dive into the content, I think it would be good to just show some before and afters.
Sure. Ooh, I love those.
Yeah. And you can kind of talk through each person and kind of the main focus that they, what they focused on, I guess, in the sense of getting fit, getting lean, and getting toned.
Yes.
So you can kind of go through these.
Okay. So as you can see, this beautiful, beautiful lady here. So if you look at her beginning photo, you can see she wasn't very happy. She wasn't smiling. She wasn't very comfortable in her own skin. But if you look on the right, those are the transformations. And literally what we focused on with her was really all about taking the opportunity to use food as fuel versus just using food for emotional support. And I think that is really the biggest thing that I've learned as a nutritionist, is that we are so connected to food emotionally, but learning how to deal with those things, right, is really how we got her from point A to point B. Implemented a simple meal plan, water, vitamins, a really good workout, and look at what she's accomplished. And this was at least 6 months, I would say, maybe a little bit less than that she got these amazing results. And it was literally all of her own hard work. Oh my gosh. So this is Gabby. So Gabby, met with her first day. Again, she was always a very happy person, but she really just wanted to change her body, change her mindset. Like, she really was focused on her goal. We simply did another good meal plan, a workout. She checked in with me pretty much every day. Her accountability was everything. She was accountable for everything she put in her mouth, for how much she exercised, for journaling. Journaling was a big part of Gabby's transformation. And that's what I ask of you as well when you join this program, is that you journal your progress so you can see how far you come from the beginning to the end. And this is not even how Gabby looks today. She looks even better than that today. Like, amazing.
Yeah, because this was at the end of the program. Yes. So after about 4.5 months, this was what, we have like a little contest.
Yep.
And what's really cool about her as well is that when she, like towards the end, when she was like putting in videos of dancing and stuff, I could have sworn she was like my height. Like, because I was like, but you're so tall, you have these lean, long legs. And she was like, no, I'm actually not. I'm actually really short. And so her losing the weight also helped her just dance taller and appear taller as well, which I thought was really cool with her. It's just so funny when I found out how tall she was. So let me go to some other. Oh, there's Laura. Laura.
Oh gosh. So every time I see this, it gets me very emotional because like Laura and I just bonded in such a way. And you guys, when you become a part of this program, you are like my babies. You are like our babies. We love you so much. And we just connect with you on such a different level. And nutrition and fitness, for some reason, to me is a very personal level. There's a lot of things that go into, losing weight. There's a lot of baggage that sort of needs to come away as well. But with Laura, from the very first day that I talked to her, I said, you're starting this journey today. She's like, what? Today? Yes, today. She literally did every single thing I asked her to do with no complaints. And look at that. Just fantastic. Look at that smile. Look at her confidence. She looks gorgeous.
Yeah. And so with Laura, I mean, hopefully you're okay with this because she's like, you're going to make me cry. So hopefully we love tooting her horn because it really was a transformation from the inside out with the confidence. But she realized she could do it. And once she had the faith in herself, it just showed through in everything how she showed up, not just her appearance, but her personality, how she talks, how she interacts with people, everything. And this is what is very possible for you. I'm going to feel bad. It's like, hi, friend. I'm in her space, but I'm like, this is weird that y'all can only see half of my face. But it shows so basically what I want to remind you all is how you come into this program and how you come into working with us, you leave a completely different person because it's not just about losing the weight. It's not just about getting a 6-pack. It's about transforming from the inside out. And when you are in a community of like-minded individuals that have your back, that know that you can do it, and then set you up with the tools to make it happen, and then also give you feedback along the way, results like this are very possible for you. So fitness was an area that she wanted to work on, but then also obviously taking the advice of Amber. We talked about this last night with her makeover session. I mean, literally look at the before and after. And we were just talking to her tonight, or I was, and she was just talking about how she just got her hair done. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's at the length that she wants. It's the color that her and Amber spoke about, and she absolutely loves it.
Yeah, she looks so beautiful.
Yeah, so super, super excited. Please give all of these lovelies some love in the comments. Here's another one that, a really good transformation from a muscle standpoint in the sense that, before she was a little bulky and really wanted to still be toned, but lean up a little bit. This is Martha. She ended up making a semi-protein. And then Sheridan made the Baltimore Blast. So really another pretty cool transformation. Just want to show you all some more and then we'll get into the content. So one of our Japanese lovelies. So talk just a little bit because this can be a challenge as well. We actually have Minoko, who is a former cheerleader for she's Japanese, but she's a former professional cheerleader for the NFL. She helps to develop meal plans for our Japanese lovelies because it's just a little different, right? Yep, they're over there, they have different food. So she worked with her. And in this case, it was just getting leaner and more toned. Like you can even see in her arms and her legs, the muscle definition there.
Absolutely.
Here, our girl Taylor, who also before graduating made the Baltimore Blast. So super excited for her. So again, getting toned, main thing with her. Was there anything in particular?
No, nothing in particular. We changed up her workouts a lot more because I wanted her to shred more her midsection. So I just switched up her workouts more often than I would for her results.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now she has 2 children.
Yes.
And I wish we had and we need to create another one. So Sadie, put this as a to-do for us, because she ended up making a semi-pro team as well. And so this is her body transformation, but then also working with Amber on her look also was an amazing transformation as well. So just the definition in her stomach after having 2 children, again, was just a huge,
huge
and
you guys, I'm a C-section mom too, so I understand. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So Colleen, another one that is just a huge, amazing story, because she was one of our first lovelies when we first started the Pro Cheer Playbook program back in like 2013 or 14, I want to say, when she joined us. And she had been auditioning for Blast over and over again. She ended up, kind of saying, never mind, I'm going to give up the pro cheer dreams and goals and aspirations and all that stuff. She got married, was living a happy life. And then we ended up doing a pro fit boot camp. She joined that and got inspired again. She started to see progress in her body, got inspired, came back in and repeated the Pro Cheer Playbook program with us, had this amazing transformation, and then ended up making Baltimore Blast.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm telling you guys, it works. You do what I tell you to do. It works.
All right. So we're going to stop there. After we finish sheet number 1, we'll come back. We have a couple more before and afters that I want to get to. So don't let me forget to pull those up. Just because, I want you all to see, like, you all look at this. This is her full-time job, right? Like, she's all about nutrition and fitness, right? So we expect her to be lean, tone, and all that stuff. You maybe expect it to be for me too, because, how can I, encourage you all to live healthy lives if I'm not doing it myself?
Right, exactly.
But we want to show you all, like, people that are in your shoes, that have, that are like where you were, or they were where you are now, and their results and their transformations. And so it's tooting their horns, but then it's also helping you realize, hopefully, that all of this is possible for you as well. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and dive in with the workbook. So as I mentioned, mistake number 3 is just not creating a healthy lifestyle. So how can we create a healthy lifestyle? So what are the components there of just creating a healthy lifestyle? It's on, here's your cheat sheet.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I thought that was you. Sorry. No.
Sorry. It's all about you.
Sorry. It is eating healthy and exercising daily. And so, okay, let's talk about eating healthy, because I think there's misconceptions of what healthy is, because people will say, well, Jeanette, I do eat healthy. I went to McDonald's and I had like an egg white sandwich, or I went to somewhere else and, I just had like fast food, and then, I just had a cup of coffee, but I put sugar in it. I'm like, no, that's not a healthy lifestyle, right? That's not eating healthy. Eating healthy to me is a meal plan that's full of fruits, that's full of vegetables, that's full of whole food, whole grains, lots of water, and a lot of herbs. People don't understand that herbs are really important, and also superfoods are really important. So it's like a combination of so many different things. And one thing I want you to think about too is, when people are starting their health and fitness journey, it's not about changing everything at once. It's about taking baby steps, but it's also realizing all the things that you can have versus what you can't. Because I feel like people think, oh my God, now that I'm eating healthy, I can't eat this, I can't have that, and that's not the case. So it really is encompassing all of those things.
Yeah, and I think that's such a good point, because the reason I feel like people are not successful in being able to get to where they want to be from a health standpoint is they focus on what they can't have anymore. And one thing that we're constantly hearing from the people that we work with is like actually thanking Jeanette, like, oh my gosh, I never realized how good green and red peppers were, or I never realized that I could season my food in this way, or wow, you're absolutely right. I know you said it at the beginning, but I actually don't crave the sweets anymore.
Absolutely.
And oh, well, wow, yeah, now that I've not going to Starbucks every single day, not only am I saving money, but I realized that I didn't really need it. That was just a story I was telling myself, that I just couldn't wean myself off of it.
Exactly.
And so I think that that is something, it's again, mindset, in the sense of, instead of focusing on what you can't have, focus on all of the things that you can have.
Absolutely.
And the health benefits.
Totally agree.
So let's talk about the how of doing all of this. So component number one, we said, obviously it's two things. The thing we're going to talk about first is eating healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're talking about eating healthy, there are some habits that we want you to live by, and some things to kind of keep in mind as you're going through all of this. So let's talk about number one here, which is the plate method. So share a little bit about what the plate method is.
Okay, so what the plate method is basically you have a plate and we're dividing that plate into sections. So we're just say we have a plate, we're gonna go right down the middle. That whole half of that one plate is gonna be full of your vegetables. The other half is going to be your protein and your healthy carbs. So you really want to have the majority of your meals, lots of vegetables, right? Because vegetables are just like I was telling Janine one day. She's like, I was like, vegetables are sexy. She was like, no, they're not. I was like, not at all sexy. At all. But to me, vegetables are like the things that I always gravitate to first. Water and veggies. Those are the first things that you should eat before you eat anything else. Drink your water and eat your vegetables, and then everything else comes after, because those things are the most important. You're eating them first, like kind of like that book, Eat That Frog. You do the things you don't really want to do first. Yep. So you eat those, you drink your water and you eat your vegetables first, and then everything else happens. So that plate method is also a way to sort of portion control, right? Because that is the biggest thing. You can eat healthy all you want to, but if you're eating too much, then it's not going to help. Yep. So portion control is also in line with that plate method, which is why we break that plate down in those sections.
Yeah. And so that's number two. And that's why like those really do, like she said, go hand in hand, because the thing with the plate method is it doesn't say plates method. It says plate. One plate. And so the problem is, as Americans, we do the plates method. And so we'll go back up for, seconds and thirds and all of that stuff. And so that ends up hurting us because, by far, Americans' obesity level is higher than a lot of other countries. And it's because we overeat. We're not eating the right things. And then we're eating way, 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 way too much. So really making sure that you concentrate on your portion controls is very important.
Great.
There was a comment in the thread here that, talking about Starbucks. And the question was, well, what if you work at Starbucks? So, let's say I work at Philip Morris as a consultant, or I work at Philip Morris as, an accountant, which is a tobacco company. They make cigarettes. Does that mean that I have to become a smoker? No. So just because you work at Starbucks, it doesn't mean that you have to drink coffee every single day, or you can pick the drinks like a tea or a dark coffee or something like that is not high in sugar. Totally. A lot of times when we ask people to limit or to stop Starbucks, it's because they're doing the caramel frappuccinos and the high in sugar, high in calorie drinks that aren't healthy for you.
Yep. So just a quick tip that I found out about Starbucks. So that, so for instance, I like green tea. So I'll go to Starbucks and I'll get a green tea. And they'll always ask me, do you want it sweetened? So a typical Starbucks sweetener, right, is 6 pumps. Ooh, six to 8 pumps in one drink. Just think how many grams of sugar that is in that one drink that you ask them to add the sugar to. So it's like when you think about those kinds of things, you're like, oh my God, I really don't want to drink Starbucks because there's 6 to 8 pumps of added sugar in there. So just a fact, something to think about.
That's a lot when you think about it. And really quick, I'm going to post the link down here in the bottom so that if you are on Facebook, if you click on that link, then we'll be able to see your name, because I'd love to be able to talk with you all and call your name out and all of that stuff. But when you're in Facebook, we can't see it. So if you are commenting in Facebook, if you put your name in the comment or click that link so that we can see who you are, that would be absolutely awesome. There was also a question about baked beans. Is that a healthy carb?
Yes. So baked beans are okay. I would rather for you to have black beans or like pinto beans or like kidney beans, those kinds of beans versus the baked beans, because they have like additional sugar in it. So I like black beans because they're just higher in fiber and they're lower in carbs actually.
Okay.
So,
all right. So let's talk about the habits. So number one, we said the plate method. Number two, portion control. And remember the plate method, the big thing there is that half of what every single meal that you have should be green and colorful, like the vegetables. So like that's the big thing there to remember. And then that it's a regular size plate, not like a jumbo size plate, and it's one plate. Number two is portion control. Number three, let's talk about this one, 3 meals and 2 snacks every single day.
Yes.
This is something that is one of my goals. It is on my vision board around meal prepping and being better at eating the 3 meals and 2 snacks.
Yeah.
Why do I have to do that?
I have to make this person over here next to me set her alarm so that she can remember to eat because she gets so busy. And that is all of us, right? How many of you, raise your hand if you can,
put an emoji in the comment,
are so busy that you forget to eat? That is like the majority of us.
Or you're so busy you didn't meal prep, you don't have snacks in your car, so you end up at McDonald's or somewhere unhealthy.
That's right, the drive-through, which like literally, you guys, if you honestly knew what they put in that food, you would never eat it again. It really is not good for you. But anyway, so the 3 meals and 2 snacks. So let's talk about why, as a nutritionist, that's basically what we give, to most of you guys who will be joining the program. We really focus on that because 1, portion control. 2, a volume. If you go all day without eating and then all of a sudden you're gorging, that is so much volume of food in your system at one time. Tell me how you think that will make you feel afterwards, right? After you've just gorged so much food. First of all, your body cannot process it the way it needs to process it. And then 2, you're going to be so exhausted. It takes a lot of energy for your body to really digest food. That's why it takes so long. So eating 2 to 3 hours smaller meals, it gives your body those 2 to 3 hours to digest that food so that you can ingest more nutrients. Whereas your volume, like overloading your body, it just does not process as well. So your body just doesn't utilize the nutrients as well. And so that's why we also say 3 meals, 2 snacks. Another thing is blood sugar, right? Blood sugar control. If you're eating throughout the entire day, you don't have those episodes of crashing, because most of us will crash after an hour of Starbucks. We will crash. That's just because, we just didn't eat what we needed to eat, right? You have to have that balance in those meals. Balance meaning you need to have a vegetable, you need to have a carb, you need to have a protein throughout the entire day. Yep. And foods and right combinations make such a big difference. You just can't eat a piece of fruit and expect to lose weight, right? Yep. You have to have it with something else so that your body can better utilize it and your muscles can use it and you get the nutrients that you need. So there's so many different reasons why we do 3 meals and 2 snacks. The 2 snacks gives you those extra calories and those extra nutrients that you need in between your meals. And so I like to break it up in 5 to 6 smaller meals versus just one volume overloaded meal.
Yeah. And then another thing, like just over the years and learning and, talking to Jeanette, the more that you're eating, that your metabolism is working at a higher rate throughout the day. So it's burning those calories at a higher rate throughout the entire day, in addition to getting that workout in first thing in the morning.
Yep.
And then not only that, one big thing, and I want to make sure, one big thing that she talks about too is, with me putting a timer on, someone mentioned, not being able to get in that morning snack, like having that timer go off every 2 to 3 hours or 2.5 hours so that, you should be eating, during those time periods as well. And kind of going back, she said it, making sure that it's a balanced meal as well. So it goes back to the plate method and making sure that you're eating all of the right categories every single time that you do eat. Yeah. So someone had a question here about intermittent fasting, so is it bad for you or bad for your metabolism?
So I personally, and this is just me, I am not a fan of intermittent fasting. And the reason why I'm not a fan is because the amount of nutrients that you need in your body, to me, starts from the time you wake up to the time that you go to sleep. You need at least 1,200 calories sometimes. Well, I won't say 1,200 calories, but you need at least 600 calories for your brain to just function properly.
Yep.
So if you go so long without eating, yes, I say intermittent fasting is good if you're doing it for like a religious reason. But to do that constantly every day, to me, it just doesn't fit some like a lifestyle that I think is healthy long term.
Yep. All right. And keep in mind, like, you know, this is her advice, her opinion. You've got to do what works for you, and you've got to find what works for you as well. I have personally found what happened, and I will never forget this, never ever forget it. But I retired from the First Ladies of Football, thought I was done. No more pom-poms. I'm done dancing. So I started to eat. And I wasn't working out, and I was enjoying life because for the first time since middle school, I didn't have to worry about my weight. So I'm just like loving life. I get a call from Donald Wells, my director. Hey, Janine, we need you to come to India. We had someone back out of the tour because we were going over to teach women over there how to be cheerleaders for cricket, a sport that they have. And I was like, what? Like, do I have to put on a uniform? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, when? He was like, you in a week and a half. I'm like, oh my heavens. And so during that time period was when I really learned, and this is when Jeanette was telling me about the timers and eating and all of that stuff, how I felt like it wasn't working because I was always hungry throughout the day, but that's because I was eating like I was supposed to be eating throughout the day, and my metabolism was working at a faster rate. Exactly. And so it made me feel like I wasn't doing it right, but in actuality, I was doing it right.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah, and I was able to get the pounds off. Not all of them. I wasn't like calendar ready in 1.5 weeks, but I could put on the uniform and not feel too chubby.
It looks great.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, so here is a question. Oops, no, here we go. That was Sadie. So Miss Witherspoon, I don't want to mess up your first name. How often are you able to cheat on your diet meal plan without it setting you back? So one thing, just so y'all know, we don't call it like cheating or cheat meal or cheat snack. We call it a treat snack or, you know, a treat meal. So talk a little bit about, you know, just relaxing into being able to maybe have a treat every now and then.
Yeah. I'm so glad you said that, because that word just bothers me so bad, because it really isn't about a cheat meal. Like, what are you cheating?
Right.
You're not cheating anything, right? This is something that I think is really important for you guys to understand, that it really is changing your mindset about it. And as I say to all of my clients that are new to me, even you girls who are going to be starting with us, it really is about incorporating whatever it is into your meal plan. So if you know that you're going out, you're going to have dessert. That means that from the time you wake up, from the time you get to that dinner, that all of your meals are clean eating, that you're eating on your schedule. You're eating your 3 meals, your 2 snacks, you're drinking your water, you're taking your multivitamin, and then you're compensating for that extra carb or extra protein that you're going to have as your treat meal, right? So like if I know that I'm going to have like a dessert, then I will cut out a carb during the day so that I can have that carb in the evening.
Yeah.
So really it is just about balancing and moving things around so that you can compensate for having that.
Yeah. And another thing that one thing that Jeanette shared on one of our nutrition and fitness calls was, you know, it's okay. Like, you know, her treat meal is like, she'll do pizza, right? But she's mindful still of the portions. So you a lot of times what happens is you're on a roll, you're doing well with your meal plan, and then you're like, I'm going to have a cheat meal, and you're thinking about it as a cheat meal. So then you're overindulging in the bad food, which makes it even worse. So when you treat yourself, you truly want to treat yourself to something maybe that's not on your meal plan, but then eat it within moderation. Don't eat after 7, 8 o'clock at night. Like still follow all of the rules and just monitor your portions as well. And like I put up Sadie's comment, but she said the same thing. Change your mindset on this. It's not cheating, it's treating yourself, right? So this is one thing that we are constantly telling our lovely Sadie, even though like right now she is our community manager. Prior to me hiring her full time, she was a lovely. She's a graduate of our Pro Cheer Playbook program. So she has to listen to us say this stuff all the time. So she knows what she's talking about. All right, so let's talk about number 4, as far as a habit and just the importance of making sure that you have and you are taking your multivitamins.
Yeah, so I'm really big on taking multivitamins because I think what you guys don't realize that what you've been eating over the years is really not enough nutrients for you. Because if you like are in college and you lived like on pizza and you lived like on just, you know, foods that don't have as much nutrients in it, you are missing nutrients. And so that multivitamin is going to help you start your journey. So getting those nutrients back into your body. So I tell everybody, I take a multivitamin every day. And we love the Oli brand. Like that's our jam.
You can get it at Target.
Yes. But taking that multivitamin is going to be a big critical part of your journey. And whatever your body doesn't need, it's just going to pee it out.
Yeah.
So taking that multivitamin is not going to hurt you in any way.
Yeah. And so one thing that a doctor told me as far as multivitamins is if you're, and this is probably TMI, but I just want to let y'all know, maybe you might be overdosing on multivitamins. If your poo becomes a little soft or runny, then that means you need to scale back a little bit on your multivitamins. So I don't want you all to feel as though, oh, well, am I overdoing it? You'll know, like your body will tell you that you're overdoing it. And so we are huge proponents of, obviously trying to get as much of your nutrients as you possibly can through your food, Shakeology, things like that you're consuming. But as an added benefit, the multivitamin is going to make sure that you get what you need.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So definitely make sure if you aren't taking a multivitamin now, please try to do that. I mean, and we just recommend, like we said, the Oli Brown, but just like a women's daily multivitamin.
Yeah. I don't like Centrum.
Not Central.
No, don't get that. Don't like it.
All right. Number 5 is a big one. And this is water.
So you just saw me chug some water.
Yay, cheers. Now I have to say, we have started this new craze, compliments of Sadie. So Sadie gave me this water bottle. It's a hydrate. Sadie, if you can go to our Amazon store and put the link in, the chat, that would be awesome because we have the links for these bottles. Like I'm so obsessed with it. I even have the other, the other top that you can actually put on the water bottle as well. Just in case you don't like the straw top. But what this hydrate bottle does, it actually will monitor or track how much water you're drinking.
Yep, your water intake.
And so, and it also, you can connect with your friends and such. Let me show y'all.
It's awesome. So like I can monitor how much water I'm drinking every day.
So I have met my goal.
Yep.
As you can see, I have an 80-day streak.
Woo-hoo.
I met my goal, but then I've literally got all of my friends and family on here. So BB is one of my coaches. Kennedy is my niece. Anya was over here earlier. She is a former cheerleader, one of our friends we cheered with. Brittany is a Wizard girl that I cheered with. Jamila is our friend, former cheerleader, director of the First Ladies. Jeanette is on here. You gotta keep drinking.
I know. I'm not there yet.
Dee Dee, my sister. I got my dad on it. Leia, my niece. Like literally. And what you're able to do is see how everyone is doing with their water.
Yeah.
And, who's accomplishing and drinking their water and all of that. And it's just a lot of fun because it makes drinking water fun.
Yes.
But
and it's like accountability too.
Why? It is accountability. Why is it important to drink water?
You guys, we don't realize how important water is. You can't live without water. It is essential for your life. It is the nutrient that your cells need the most. People are chronically dehydrated and don't even know it. But it makes such a big difference in your skin, in your cell level, how you feel, your breath, you guys, everything about you. Your body is 70% water. And so you have to get water inside your body. It is just an essential nutrient that you cannot go without. And so for you ladies out there who are drinking sodas and who are drinking juice and not enough water, you are dehydrated. And when you get dehydrated, you don't even know it. Yeah. You can't even tell you're dehydrated. The only reason why you can kind of tell it's because you're a little tired, you're a little cranky, your skin is a little pale, and you just don't feel like your skin just doesn't feel elasticy. So I just want to make sure you guys understand that if you do nothing else, drink your water. I would be so proud of you if you just drink your water every day. That is non-negotiable. That is something that has to be done. And we can talk about non-negotiables later, but that is something that you have to do no matter what.
Yeah.
You just have to.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I know a lot of people say, you know, as far as water, that one reason that they don't drink it as much is because they have to use the restroom a lot. Well, yes, because if your body is not used to the water, it's not going to retain it. So it's going to like dump it out. But the more that your body gets used to it, you will have to use the restroom less. You still will have to go. Like, it's still just going to be a part of, you know, life, which, you know, who cares? Get up and go to the bathroom. It's like, get your exercise in. You shouldn't be sitting down that long anyway.
Right, yeah.
But then you'll start to crave it, and your body will start to need it, and you'll start to want water. And what's wrong with wanting something that is healthy? You know, like absolutely nothing, right?
Totally agree.
So these are, you know, just as a quick little recap, let me go over those again. So the habits that you really can have in order to truly live a lifestyle around food, or to help you eat healthier, would be following the plate method, making sure that you're focusing on portion control, eating those 3 meals, 2 snacks every single day, incorporating a multivitamin in your regimen, and then making sure that you are drinking water on a regular basis.
Absolutely.
And then, so just as far as like, okay, well, that sounds all great, Janine and Jeanette, but like, how do we do that? Like, what are some keys to success? So let's talk a little bit about that as well. Just, you know, in general, there's a lot of keys to success, but kind of at a high level: accountability, support, and then giving yourself some grace. So can you talk about those 3 components?
So accountability is when you start this program with us, I'm going to be the first person that you talk to about your nutrition and fitness. That accountability piece is you checking in with me, you checking in with yourself on a daily basis, tracking what you're eating, tracking your water, and really saying to myself, okay, I am in it. This is what I'm doing. The accountability, honestly, is that part of this journey. To me, that's the best part.
Yeah.
Because without that accountability piece, you tend to fall off. But if you know you have to show up for yourself, and if you know that you have to send me something bad, you're not going to want to do that, because I'm going to be mad at you. But the thing is, you have to be accountable for yourself, more importantly. But that accountability piece to me is what's lacking, and that support piece. So that accountability and support to me are kind of the same, because that support is that if you show up and you tell me that something's not working, I'm going to be there to support you, to say, okay, let's change or tweak that. But if if you're not accountable, I can't support you.
Yeah.
So it's like both of those work really well together.
Yeah. And when you think about it too, like, keep in mind, guys, like, no, like, I don't want there to be any excuses like, oh, well, I'm not ready to join Sideline Prep, or I'm not working with you all. Okay. Do you have friends? Do you have anyone in your life that you can, you know, get the bottle and, you know, hold accountable through Hydrate, or to have a text thread that's like, okay, hey, I ate my meals. Here's some pictures. We have a workout accountability text thread with some of the people that are on the water thing, because Jeanette works out every day. There's a group of us, we did it and work out every day. So we have a text thread that helps with that. So you can get accountability within the people that you know as well. But then if there are people that maybe you just need that additional support, or you're embarrassed to tell your friends, then obviously we are here for you as well. And then with the support, like Jeanette was saying, it's also about your environment and having people in your tribe, in your community, that support your goals and support you wanting to eat healthy and support you wanting to work out. Like, that's one thing, like, my dad lives with me, and he said, like, he would bring in fried chicken. And this was years ago, because he totally changed his eating habits for me. But he would, you know, we would eat fried chicken. He loves to cook, or fried fish and all this stuff. And, you know, I was like, Dad, like, I need you to not bring that stuff in here. Like, when you go home on the weekends in Richmond, you can eat all that stuff, but it's too tempting for me. And I'm trying really, really hard to eat better and all of that stuff. And he listened, right? And then he started eating healthier, and we stopped eating fried food altogether in our house, right? And so you have to have family members and friends and all of that are willing to support you in that deep way. And that you can just sit down and have a conversation with them and say, listen, I understand that you like those Cheetos and those chips and those cookies, but I cannot have them in my face in the kitchen. Is there a way for us to put all of your food in this one cupboard, or this, in this container, so that I don't see it, and just talk through that process, because some people aren't going to want to hop on the train and eat healthier, and that's okay. Let them not treat their body the right way, but you can decide that it's something that you want to do, and then you just need to have a conversation with them. So it's really important that you set yourself up for success from an environment standpoint with the people that are around you that will support you as well.
And one thing you always taught me is that you are a reflection of the 5 people around you. And so the 5 people around me are very positive, and I choose the people that I want to be around. You have a choice. And if they're not in line with your goals, then you need new friends. And sometimes it can be a very lonely process. But to me, my goals and the life that I am aiming for is so worth it. So you guys, I'm glad you said that, because I think that's a really important piece, is that you have that support of your friends and family. And if they don't support you, then that's when you need to say, okay, then maybe these are the people that I don't need to be around.
Yeah. And so the quote is, and I want y'all to think about this, that you are the average of the 5 people that you are around the most. And so that's with everything. That's with your mindset. That's with your habits. That's with how you feel about yourself and all of that. And so, and it's not just about physically around, right? So Jeanette is not physically around me all the time, but we communicate often. It's also like you might be saying, oh my gosh, like that's depressing. Like, I'm the average of those 5 people. Like, that might depress you. But guess what? You can go network and find another community of people. You can start listening to more positive podcasts on a regular basis, listening to sermons or something inspirational, whatever it is, making sure that your IG is full of positivity and not negativity, right? So that's another way. It doesn't have to physically be a person. It could be just what you're consuming as well.
Yeah. And I do want to say this community is that.
We rock.
This community that you are about to join is all of that and then some. You have that positive, loving, supportive, amazing group of bad women that you will forever be a part of. How exciting is that?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
So exciting.
Yeah, I love the people that we attract, right? So we attract the most amazing, empowered, encouraging, uplifting people. And we're all broken in some way, but when we come together, that you have cheerleaders and a support system, there's something about that just helps us all level up together.
Totally agree.
And we talked about the last one, just with grace, like giving yourself grace when maybe you fall off or you're not doing the things that you need to do. So talk just quickly about that.
So we just had our nutrition talk, and one of the lovelies is so anal about like the emotional connection that she has with food, and she's just so like panicky about if she has a cookie, if she has a piece of cake, like, oh my God, like I'm a bad person. That's not giving yourself grace, right? Like, there's so many things in our lives that happens to us on a daily basis, but we have the power to say, okay, this happened. Either we can stay in that negative train that's going down, or we can say, okay, I got this. This was one bad day, not one bad life, right? It was just one bad day that I have an opportunity to fix, because this is the part where your power comes in. And I love that, because you have so much power that you don't even know you have. And so that power, with that comes that grace. Because very powerful people give themselves grace. All the time.
I love that. I've never heard you say that. Very powerful people give themselves grace. I love that. And that's a great way to look at it. Absolutely great way to look at it. Okay, so really quick, your play of the day, just so you know, is it's kind of 2 parts, because this mistake of not having a healthy lifestyle, we want to underscore that it has to be a lifestyle. This isn't just something that you do just to get ready for auditions and then you throw everything out of the window, right? This is our system and our methodology with this is, it's not a quick fix, bad diet. This is not what we do. It's about creating a lifestyle around working out and eating right. So as it comes to component number 1 with eating healthy, the habit that is most harmful for me right now is. So think about what you're doing to your body right now that is the most harmful habit. And then what are you going to commit to changing within the next 24 hours when it comes to eating healthier? Okay. So, obviously we're going to post, and I'll put it up a little bit later, but we'll post, your play of the day, and it'll be 2 parts. So you need to talk about part number 1 is what is that habit that is harmful to you right now when it comes to food, and then what are you going to commit to actually changing? Okay. So really quick, what we're going to do, I'm going to go through a couple of the questions that I see coming in. As you have a question, put in all bold or all caps question. That way I know it's a question and it's easier for me to kind of pick them out. So the first one here that I see, Gabriella, do you suggest to not eat after a certain time at night?
Yes. Yes. I would say don't eat after 8 o'clock.
Yeah, perfect.
Don't eat after 8 o'clock. And the reason why I say that is because, again, as we talked about before, it takes your body 2 hours to digest food. So if you're eating at 8, if you're eating your last meal at 8, you have at least an hour and a half before you go to bed. And then that way your digestive system can sort of get everything through and you're good to go. But if you're eating at midnight and you're going straight to sleep, it's so hard on your digestive system. So
food is just sitting there.
Yeah.
Just sitting there in your tummy.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the next one. McKenna says, is there such a thing as too few calories? I've been eating 1,400 to 1,500 and not seeing much progress.
Yes, there is. So for instance, for me, because I am very active, like I eat between 1,800 around 1,800 calories a day. And you're probably like, oh my God, that's a lot. And she's very lean. But for me, because I am very active, if I ate 1,400 calories a day, I wouldn't see any results. You have to fuel your body according to your activity. So if you're eating 1,400 to 1,500 calories and not seeing results, you definitely need to increase because your body is basically saying, feed me. So it's holding on to whatever you're eating because it's not getting enough. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And so one thing that we do, because, a certain workout plan and a certain range of calories and certain food and all of that stuff it's not going to work for every single person because every single person is different and unique and an individual. So that's why, at the start of our program, you talk to Jeanette one-on-one because it is that individualized.
Yes.
And so as part of our nutrition and fitness success group, you have to calculate the range of calories that you should be consuming every single day. And there is an actual calculation that we give you to figure that out. And then that corresponds to the number of containers that you should be utilizing throughout the day. And the containers that we're talking about are the portion control containers, the small little containers that tell you, okay, this many vegetables you should have, this many protein, all of that stuff. So it's all in alignment and there's a method to the madness, but it's all based on you as an individual. So that could definitely be the issue. But obviously we don't know until we actually talk to you. So great question. All right. So let's see. Here's the next question. So what are your suggested snacks? I've been trying to eat apples or some almonds, but I need variety and I'm always still hungry.
Yeah, so I love apples and almonds. One of my favorites. Any fruit with almonds to me is great. I love berries, especially because they're high in antioxidants and they have less sugar than some of the other fruits. But I also just suggest half of a sandwich. If you get like a one slice of whole wheat bread and you put like a healthy tuna or fish on top, and then maybe add some vegetables like a lettuce or tomato slice, that's easy snack, and that's a lot more filling. Even oatmeal as a snack, you can add oatmeal with some almonds if you just do like a half of a cup of oatmeal. There's also hummus. There's also, like grilled chicken with like a vegetable. You can do anything as a snack as long as you cut everything in half and it's portioned out.
Yeah. And then I did an interview with the nutritionist for the Washington football team, like the players. And remember I had shared with you that he had mentioned pairing up the peas. So can you talk a little bit about that?
I think it was protein and produce.
Yes.
Yes. So again, like the protein would be the meat or whatever other vegan or vegetable protein, excuse me, if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, and then a produce. So the produce is your vegetable. Those two go very well together.
Yeah.
So we always suggest that too.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool advice that he gave the viewers on the Health Expo. It's just, pairing up and trying to think about how you can pair those up.
Yep.
And there's so many options, guys. Like there's this amazing tool called Google. And if you go on there, I'm telling you, like literally, if you just put healthy snacks, it's going to give you so many options.
Yes.
So many options. So just utilize your resources and trial and error. Like there might be some snacks and some combinations of produce and protein that you don't like. That's okay. You tried it and you know not to do it again, right? Mm-hmm. But then some things you may not like initially, but then if you just keep eating them, you're like, okay, this is not that bad.
Yeah.
So great question. So let's see, here we go. How long should you wait after you eat to go to the gym or after the gym?
So it depends because every person is individualized. Some people just can't eat before they go to the gym. They just don't feel well while they're working out. Me personally, I eat and I go straight downstairs to work out. And I just feel like it helps with muscle tone. It just helps me to get through my workout. So it really is individualized, honestly. But after a workout, I always say eat within an hour because you need to replenish all of that what you lost. And they've found that studies have shown that if you eat after that, then it just really goes against your results. So it's better to eat within an hour after the workout.
Yeah, great question, Kristen. And I see your other one about the types of workouts to do that you recommend for slimming the waist. So that's part 2 of what we're going to talk about. So if I don't answer that, just put that question below again, if you don't mind. So the next question here is, do you believe in macros?
So yeah, so I do. And when you do the plate method, not the plate method, but the container system, when you join our program, it counts macros for you. So it kind of takes the guesswork out. But yes, I do think macros are important.
Okay. And then someone mentioned about Sadie dropping the link to the Amazon store. So if you grab that hydrate bottle, it is right above. So if y'all scroll up, y'all can see that. And maybe Sadie, you can throw that in again, just in case if someone missed it. So here's another question. Does soda water count as water?
It does, but not like for your whole entire day. Yes, you need to drink some regular water in there, but I am a huge fan of soda water. Janine knows that.
Yeah.
But I do sprinkle in, like regular water. Janine just likes regular water. I find sometimes that regular water for me is very heavy on my stomach. So I have to do it like in waves, right? So that this water bottle, I have to drink smaller gulps so that I'm not overwhelmed with just so much volume of water in my system at once. So yes, you definitely need to sprinkle regular water in there.
Yeah, and love this right here. Just, as a reminder, like when you hit a plateau, don't get hard on yourself. It just means that you have to course correct and adjust. So Kies is part of our elite program, graduate of the PCP, and she just mentioned that she has a meeting with Jeanette tomorrow to tweak her workout and nutrition plan because she's hit a plateau. And so that's the thing that you have to remember, that you still have to push through that. So like eventually your body will just adjust and stop. You'll stop seeing progress. It doesn't mean that you're not, like the healthiness is stopped. It just means you may not be visibly seeing things. And so you just have to course correct and adjust. So that just wanted to remind you all of that as well. It doesn't mean to just give up everything altogether.
Yes.
It just might mean you need to adjust and make some changes.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So here's another question. Whoops, where'd it go? Okay, so what advice do you have for someone who has to lose 15 pounds and is not confident in physicality, looking forward to working with you in the PCP? Yay!
Yay.
Congratulations on being accepted, whoever you are.
Yes. I'm looking forward to working with you too, beautiful. I think one of the things that we will talk about is ways that we can, implement a meal plan. And so the one thing I want to just stress here really quickly is a meal plan really is to fit your lifestyle. So some people think, oh my God, I have to be on a meal plan. It's just so hard. It doesn't fit my lifestyle. Well, that's not the point. The point is to make this meal plan a part of your lifestyle so that it's easy for you to follow. That's why we kind of break it down the way that we do. But losing 15 pounds just means we need to figure out like our time frame for one. Then we need to figure out a meal plan that's going to be something that I think you can do, that's going to give you enough calories to make you lose that 15 pounds. And then also Like with that, I think it's really important that we sort of work on that mindset piece, because that physicality for you not being confident is going to come with some mindset work. So there's so many things that come with that.
Yeah, it's all connected. It's like that whole idea of the chicken or the egg, like which came first, like how do we know, right? It's the exact same thing. It's because it's like, once you start eating right and you're fueling your body the correct way and you're working out, you start to see results. And then when you start to see results, then you start to feel more confident in yourself, right? But then wait a minute, does it really start with, I know I can do this, and I'm just going to know that I have confidence. So then that confidence is going to give me the ability to then eat the way that I know that I should eat. You know what I mean? Like, where does it start? It doesn't even matter. The point is that once you have a plan and you have someone to support you and you have accountability mechanisms. So it's not just like, oh, well, here, go do this. It's here's what you need to do, the A, B's, and C's of all of it. If you fall off, we're here to help. We're here to hold you accountable. And not only that, but we're going to help you understand the mindset behind why it is that you are eating.
Yes.
And once you really start to believe in yourself and know that it's possible, and you start to see the results, like Jeanette said, the confidence is going to come.
Yes, definitely.
The confidence will come. And so the thing, though, that we want you to remember, and everyone to remember, is that you are perfect exactly the way you are right now. At this moment in time, you are supposed to be at your weight, eating the things that you're currently eating, looking the way that you currently look, and feeling the way that you currently feel. And that is perfect at this moment.
Yes.
Okay.
Totally.
But the idea here is that maybe it's perfect now, but you know you can do better. You know you can feel better. You know you can look better. Right? So we're here to help you become a better version of the already perfect self that you are. So you have to love the body that you're in. You have to cherish and know that your body is a temple now, so that you can have faith in the fact that you can make it even better. Right?
Yes.
So and that is mindset. That is all mindset. So we will work with you on that. We understand that this part is a challenge for most people, but again, it's just loving and knowing that you are perfect exactly the way you are right now.
Yeah, we have to stop talking negative about our bodies. I don't like my thighs. I'm too fat. I have cellulite. Okay, when you keep saying that, you're putting that energy out into the universe, and what happens?
You're attracting it back.
And nothing happens.
Yep.
That's why, like what Janine was saying, that mindset piece is so important. We can talk about that
all
night, right?
Yeah, we totally can. Yeah, okay, so let's hurry up. Okay,
yeah.
so like literally, we can talk about this all night. We got a whole other page.
Yes.
So here's another question. Is it normal to feel hungry? And I mentioned this earlier, while dieting, is that a part of being calorie deficient, or is that eating too little?
So it's both, right? Remember, as you're eating better and losing weight, your metabolism is changing, right? So you're speeding it up, which means you're going to feel hungrier because you're eating better foods. Remember, when you're eating like crap, it's so full of fat. Fat is what lasts
and
a lot
it's so
longer,
heavy
on you, right?
Yep.
So that's why, we always break everything down. Remember, we're talking about that volume of the food and all that comes with that. So yes, it is normal to feel hungry.
All right, so really quick, we're gonna go over to the second page, but I do want to show a couple more of like these before and afters, just so that you all can kind of see some of the results. The ladies that we've worked with, so huge transformation. I'm so excited here. We already showed you this one. Here's another one, absolutely amazing transformation. Yep, she came to our photo shoot and just knocked it out of the park. You could just tell her confidence is completely
amazing.
Yeah, completely different. Another one here. I mean, you all can just see, yes, it is a lot about the physical changes, but you can also see the confidence, right?
Smiles on their faces.
Yeah. So it just really is amazing, just the transformation for all of these ladies. One of our graduates,
yes,
who didn't even want to be in a two-piece and then came to the photo shoot and rocked it out.
Yeah,
absolutely
fantastic.
Amazing. But look at that, before, the during, and then the after there. Another huge, she had one child or two?
No, she has 4 kids now.
Four kids.
4.
So, and this wasn't her after, this was kind of a during picture, but still, just look at that, you know, absolutely amazing. This is Liz. She ended up going on to be a Wizards dancer and a first lady of football. And so her growth was amazing just because she literally grew up with us to be able to kind of transform just her aura as well as her body. And then we showed you this one earlier as well. So just kind of wanted to, again, remind you of what is possible for you. If you just have faith in yourself and know that you can do it, and then you have a system to follow that, you know, literally what Jeanette recommends has been proven to work. And so that's what we provide to you. We know what will work. We know, you know, exactly what to tell you so that you are lean and not too muscular, not, you know, like that's basically the pro cheer body, which is what we want you all to have. Okay, so let's go ahead and move to page number 2. We're going to go through this a little bit quicker, guys. I feel like a lot of these are a bit more self-explanatory, just in the sense of you likely know a lot of what needs to be done here. So the component number 2, which we've pretty much already talked about, obviously, is that you've got to exercise daily.
Yes, in the morning.
Yeah,
preferably.
And I guess, you know, instead of exercising daily, we probably should say have some sort of movement daily. Right? Yeah. Because you don't totally agree. It. We have to like let our like we just got back from the girls. We all went to Florida, needed the time away, and I, you know, in complete transparency, I haven't worked out in over a month, and we had Jeanette. We do early morning every other Friday workout class with the Pro Cheer Playbook program. And Jeanette was like, all right, well, we're getting up, we're going to work at 7. It wasn't like, hey, are you working out with me? It was like, all right, I'm going to come down, we'll work out together at 7. And I'm like, oh my God, I guess I have to work out. So I worked out with her, felt great. We ended up doing the workout for the PCP, ended up doing another 45-minute Turbo Fire workout with Shalene Johnson. Then the next day I was on a roll. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to work out on Saturday too. So we did a hit workout with Peloton. And then I was sore because I hadn't worked out in about a month. And so Saturday night, I was like, Jeanette, I can't work out with you tomorrow. She's like, oh, I'm not working out either. It's my off day.
Yeah, it's my rest day.
She's like, I need a rest. So it's more about movement. So, you know, we still walked and we still, you know, got some movement in, but you also have to allow your body to rest.
That's right. And recover. Absolutely.
Yeah. So here are the top benefits of like, why is it important to move every single day, right? So some top benefits, obviously boosting metabolism, which we've kind of already discussed. It does make you feel happy. Exactly. Because it increases your endorphins. So talk just a little bit about those.
So, you know, the science it's there.
The data is the data.
And the science is behind it. Working out makes you feel happier. And this is the thing, you guys. To me, like for me, because I am a mom, working out boosts my metabolism, but it makes me happy because I know the day that I'm going to have with a busy 8-year-old boy. So that is my time for me. Right? Your you time, to me, that alone makes me happy. Just having time for myself. So you guys, those endorphins, it just helps everything about my mood, about my day. So I can go into the day with purpose. That's really important. You have to go into your day with purpose. You just can't get up at 11 o'clock every day and decide, oh, well, today I'm just going to do whatever. No, you get up, you work out, and you have purpose for your day. You are not here to just lollygag your life away. You are here for a purpose. So live your life with intention and purpose every single day.
Yeah, and it's something about getting that workout in first thing in the morning, which I know I need to get back into my rhythm because I was doing so well for so many years. But life happens, and sometimes you just don't feel like it. But when you don't feel like it is exactly when you should be doing it. It's something about working out, like here's one thing I recommend. Everyone tomorrow, as soon as you get out of the bed, first of all, don't snooze, but as soon as you get out of the bed, make up your bed. Immediately. Make up your bed. Sense of accomplishment, right? Put on your workout clothes, go downstairs, work out, even if it's just for 10 minutes, or even if it's just in your room, 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, or 10 jumping jacks. Like, just do those 3 workouts. I'm telling you, just completing that is going to give you a sense of accomplishment, and you're going to feel better about yourself, just like Jeanette says, because that's your purpose. Your purpose is to level yourself up every single day. And when you do that first thing in the morning, then you've literally set yourself up for success. every single day.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
So kind of keep that in mind. All right. So now we want to talk about our top go-to moves. So like the workouts that we recommend.
Yep.
And there were some questions above about workouts and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and go through these kind of rapid fire. So our number one, our favorite go-to are the HIIT workouts.
Yep. So HIIT basically is high intensity interval training. That means you get your heart rate up, you come down for about 30 seconds, and then you bump it right back up. Those are the workouts that burn the most calories.
Yep.
It is all about burning calories in less time. No one wants to be in the gym for an hour, hour and a half. First of all, I don't have that kind of time. So I'm going to get a workout that's going to give me the maximum benefits in less time. And HIIT workouts are great for that. HIIT workouts are great for weight loss. HIIT workouts are great for strength, right? Because those hits to get up and get down, you need to use every muscle in your body. So that increases your strength and endurance overall.
Yeah. And I really love HIIT workouts. I do a lot of them on Peloton because they're quick, because it's high intensity interval training and you're going pretty hard during that component, the minute or the 30 seconds or whatever. You can have a shorter workout and get really good results. So you can do a 20-minute HIIT or a 30-minute HIIT and be good. Like I've even done 10-minute hits and felt really accomplished after the hits.
Yeah.
And we mentioned it early, but just as a quick reminder, trying to getting that workout in first thing in the morning. One, it makes you feel better, sense of accomplishment. You're living with purpose, but then it also gets your metabolism up and going first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
All right. So talk a little bit about the importance of strength training.
So strength training is good for just, first of all, building muscle, and building muscle burns fat. There's so many different kinds of strength training. There's endurance strength training where you're using lighter weights, but you're focusing on volume. There's training when you're building bulk muscle, which we don't really recommend as for a professional cheerleader. But it really is just good overall. And strength training is good for your bones. So as you get older, you can sort of decrease your chances of getting osteoporosis. And most people don't realize that, but it is really good just for overall health in general.
Yep. All right, number 3, yoga, Pilates, plyo, bar.
Oh my God, that is like the thing. That is like the core of everything, right? Like yoga, Pilates, plyo, and bar are good for your core. It is good for those smaller muscles that you typically don't work. And as you know, doing bar blend, you're like, oh, every muscle in my body hurts. It's because those are those smaller muscles that you typically don't use. And that is what redefining and retoning your body is all about. Those smaller muscles. It's all about elongating and strengthening with these workouts.
Yeah. And so for me personally, plyo is a combination of Pilates and yoga. It's a workout through Beachbody. And when I did plyo, this really helped me with my flexibility. So I noticed that my kicks were higher. I was able to get into splits easier with like little to no effort. Bar blend for me was amazing to help thin out my thighs. And definitely because it's more of a ballet based workout, because it's using the bar, like the ballet bar, I was definitely using muscles that I don't think I'd ever used. Like I literally was like, oh my God, like I was sore after every single workout, but it was a good sore.
Yeah.
But I was able to really thin out my thighs. And I was like, plan to do bar blend, maybe once a quarter or at least twice a year or something, because it just helps you work muscles that you're not used to work.
Exactly.
So different workouts target different reasons or have different benefits. And so that's why it's not a one size fits all. And that's why it's so important that you talk to someone, let them know what your goals are. Like everyone has to send a picture to Jeanette so Jeanette can see what you look like, your height and your weight. And she wants to know what your ultimate goals are. And then she can recommend what type of workouts you should be doing and couple that with the food.
Yep.
All right. And then cardio.
Yep. So cardio is good for overall health. As you all know, it is really good for decreasing your cholesterol level. Most people don't know that. But it's also good just for endurance, which you're going to need a lot of endurance when you become a professional cheerleader. It's also just good for your heart, right? It helps to strengthen that heart muscle. But cardio is also good for burning a lot of fat, and it's also good for weight loss. Now, a lot of you guys are like so cardio heavy, and you think that's going to fix everything. Well, it's not. You got to change up those workouts and mix a couple things together. Cardio is just not it. And studies have shown that people who just do cardio don't have as much muscle strength. And so it's all about the whole body, being strong, being lean, and being healthy, heart healthy.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like if you feel like you are hitting a plateau with your workouts, then it's likely just means you have to change things up.
Mhm.
And so here's a good list of different things to kind of incorporate into your regimen, and go like in order of top to bottom, because these are the things that we kind of feel like, if you need to lose weight, like again, those HIIT workouts are going to be absolutely amazing, coupling that with your strength training, right?
Yep.
And then when you can, like on your low impact days, or maybe your off day, you just want to do something light and easy, throw in some yoga or some Pilates. And then you can mix things in, but again, making sure that you talk to someone so that they can help you figure out what areas of focus you should have.
Yeah.
Now core, obviously super important.
Yes, it is the center of everything. When you're in that uniform, that's the first thing they're going to look at is your core.
Yeah.
Right? Your core, there is no getting around it. It is pretty much the most important part of your body. So you have to strengthen it. And there's so many different core exercises that you can do. Strength training really helps with your core, sitting down and just doing exercises to sit up, and just really focus on the core helps. So there's so many things you can do with your core, but you cannot get around this. By far, one of the most important.
Yeah. And the thing is too, like one thing that I realized, I was having lower back problems. And once I started doing just core workouts, like 5 to 10 minute core workouts, my back problems kind of like just disappeared.
Yep.
Because my core was no longer stronger. So my back was compensating for the fact that I wasn't focusing on my core.
Yeah.
So a great like go-to is like literally planks. Like just even if you in the first thing in the morning, if you can't get your workout in, try to stay up in a plank for a minute and then go to a minute, 30 seconds, then 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's so many different variations of planks. So those are just great full body, strengthening.
And then just sitting here, right here, right? Versus this.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Y'all know I'm always talking about, you got to put your shoulders back, chest out, and engage that core. Yeah, most definitely. Yep. Wonderful. Okay, guys. So those are the 5 things there. And, just as the key to success is consistency. And that's with actually everything in life. So any habit that you want to create, any lifestyle changes that you want to have, you have to be consistent. And it's just like, getting 1% better every single day. Like getting 1% better every single day. But the reason that we mention this as a key to success is because the more consistent that you are, then it turns into a habit and it becomes a part of just who you are. It becomes a part of your being.
Yep.
And you don't even have to think about working out anymore. Do you know what I mean? And that's what is so beautiful about it. Like having the habit of working out, having the habit of treating yourself and your body the right way. It is golden. It is absolutely golden.
It really is. Consistency over time yields results. And results long-term basically equals consistency.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can't do it without being consistent.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
All right. And then so here are the play of the day, just so that you want to, like I said, 2 parts. So the first part is within the next 24 hours, I commit to something. I commit to one of these workouts. So what is it that you're going to commit to? Doing planks first thing in the morning, getting your workout in first thing in the morning, or getting a workout in, period, like at some point during the day. So within the next 24 hours, I commit to blank. And then also don't forget to always blank. So what's like a habit that you're going to incorporate as well as it relates to working out? So 2 items, just as a reminder to make sure that you are doing within the play of the day for this go round. Okay. So this is what the post looks like. Look for it within the Facebook group, the Prep to Pro Facebook group. That's where you have to go to put your answers in, and you basically have 24 hours to do that. All right. So listen, we're going to field any questions that you have for the next couple of minutes. If you have a question, put question in all caps so that we know that it is a question that you have. And then we're going to get to as many of them as possible. Someone did ask a question earlier about workouts to help with the waistline.
Yes. So first, it's all about meal plan. It is so true when they say abs are made in the kitchen. There's just no way around that one.
Yep.
So first, it's going to be diet. But 2, it's just going to be planks are really good. Oblique work is really good. Sitting up is very good. I love Pilates for the core. I love yoga.
Bar blend too.
Bar blend. Anything that keeps you up and down and plank positions. You guys, even doing push-ups is good for your core. People don't realize it, but the push-up basically focuses on your upper body, your core, your back, your butt, your whole body. You have to use your whole body to do a push-up. Just simply starting with some push-ups can really help to build your core. So there's so many different exercises that really help with your core.
Yeah, perfect. All right, here's another question here. How many hours of training do you consider important for someone at the intermediate level, and what kind of training?
So 30 minutes, and I would say we start with a combination of everything: cardio, strength training, hits, in that order.
Yeah.
Cardio, strength training, hits, in that order. Kid you not, do that in that order every day. At least 5 days a week, and you'll be just fine.
Yeah, and remember, like, intermediate. So, like, you think beginner, intermediate, advanced. So, like, as a beginner, I just want, if you are not in the habit of working out, you have to give yourself, you have to ease into it. You cannot go out and run, for 30 minutes and think that, that's going to work for you. It's just, that's a lot, to be able to run. So just make sure that you take your workouts in moderation and you ease into going from being a beginner into an intermediate and then
totally
into
agree. I totally agree. I mean, sometimes, like with my newer clients or with just somebody that I'm working with, I always tell them to start 20 to 30 minutes. But like somebody like me, I can go an hour and a half working out, but I've been working out for years, right? So you have to start where you are. And if that means taking a 10-minute walk for the first month, okay.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing too, guys. Just remember that, first of all, there's a lot of free resources out there with YouTube, the internet, all of that good stuff, like, for sure.
Yeah.
So utilize that, but then be smart about it and just make sure that you're doing the workouts that are going to most effectively help you reach your goals.
Yeah.
The other thing that I want to remind people, and it's because this does come up a lot in the Pro Cheer Playbook program, but can you talk a little bit about the importance of not obsessing over the number on the scale?
We just talked about that in our accountability call that we had before this call. And I have to tell you, I get so emotional about this because you guys don't realize, like what Jeanette was saying, how perfect you are the way that you are. There's no scale, there's no man, there's no job that will define who you are as a person. God made you. You are the only one on this whole planet that is you. So the scale has nothing to do with that. It is a measure of your body composition at that moment, which can change every day because every day is different.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, because I just feel so passionate about that, because I just don't want you guys to feel like your worth is wrapped up in the scale, because it's not. You are so much more than that. And if you have to believe that, it is literally just a way to measure your body composition at that moment in time.
Yeah. And guys, listen, I never owned a scale. I did not own a scale. And the only reason I have a scale in my house is because my dad overheard me talking to a Pro Cheer Playbook group about the importance of, we were doing a detox. And I was like, guys, y'all, I'm going to do this detox with you, but I don't even own a scale, because that's how unimportant it was for me. Like, I never wanted to get on the scale. And so my dad ended up buying me one. That's the only reason I have a scale. So we recommend, and I do step on it every now and then now. I'm curious. But if you are in the program, or if you are doing this on your own, we recommend, only weighing yourself once a week, if that, or every other week, but no more than once a week. So, and then when you do weigh yourself, same day of the week, same scale,
same outfit,
same time of day, same clothes.
Absolutely.
Okay. So same. Because the time of day and all of that stuff, it all matters, because you want to make sure that you're comparing apples to apples. So same day, same time, same clothes, same scale, same outfit. Okay.
Yep.
just to kind of remember. Okay,
Yep.
so any other questions, guys? I just want to make sure. So here's one. Gabriella says, do you have a favorite Peloton instructor? Yes, yes, and yes. So Jess Sims, for me, I love her. She talks about like having the donut glaze, like the sweat. And then for cycling, because I finally did get my bike, and I haven't ridden my own, but I've ridden my dad's and my sister's. Alex and Allie are my favorite for cycling. So, and I am obsessed with Peloton, all things Peloton. So it's definitely a great investment. Okay, so let's see. A question here. Post-illness, I'm finally back to running and can complete 2 miles in about 22 minutes, but that took almost 2 months to work back up to. So let's see if there's a question in here. Facts, I had to start walking first before I could do my mile runs again. I was up to 3 miles before I got sick. Well, and the good thing is you can get back.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's the wonderful thing. You can get back to where you were. It's just a matter of getting started again, right? So that's the big thing. All right, guys. Did I miss any questions? I don't see any other questions. I know that we've been answering them as we go. So if you have any other questions for Jeanette before we let you all go, please let us know. Okay, here we go. Any advice on gaining weight?
Yeah, so your meal plan is just going to be different. Your protein intake is going to be different. Really, for that, we would just have to sit down and kind of talk about that. But really, it's really all about calorie content and proteins for that.
Yeah. So, I mean, just keep in mind, like when you want to lose weight, you want to be burning more calories than you're consuming, right? When you want to gain weight, it's flip-flopped.
Yep.
The problem that some people have when they're trying to put on weight is that they eat the wrong foods. They're not consuming the healthy foods to put on healthy weight.
Yeah.
Right. So the weight that you want to gain needs to be healthy weight. And then also keep in mind that you can gain weight through muscle. So as you are doing strength training and the HIIT workouts that we talked about, and even barbelling, because it gave me some muscle definition I didn't even realize I still had.
Yeah.
That's another way, because muscle weighs more than fat.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we actually, through our program, we have a meal plan and recommendations for if you are in that situation where you want to gain weight.
Yep.
Great question. So Kristen says, what is your mantra? What is your mantra that you live by? Ooh, good question.
Wow. That is an excellent question. So, my mantra is to, live with purpose. And, my purpose is to help women be the best version of themselves. So every day I'll wake up with purpose because I know what that is. So my mantra is to live with purpose, to live in your truth, whoever that person is. Just be true to who you really are. And also just to love yourself. Like, love the fact that you are here on this planet. Love the fact that you were born. Love the fact that you are who you are. And really believe that with every intention, with every like bone in your body. So
yeah, love that. And I think that's a great exercise for everyone to really think about what your mantra is. So for me, like I actually have reminders that pop up on my screen that like remind me of like the affirmations or kind of like the mantras that I live by. And so the 3 that I have, the best is yet to come. So whenever I'm feeling down or I'm like, oh my God, this is like a sucky day, I'm like, but that's okay because the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Awesome. I am living my best life today and every day. I am living my best life today and every day. And then the last one is greatness is upon me. So greatness is upon me. And so like these reminders pop up on my phone. And a lot of times I just let them marinate and sit here because every time I pick up the phone, I'm reminded of my mantras. And I love that you asked that question because it's so important. Like what you're feeding yourself in your mind every single day is so, so important, guys.
God, yes.
The music that you listen to are just, it's a bunch of affirmations. So if you're listening to garbage, stop listening to it. It needs to be uplifting, powerful, inspiring music, right? Because it's literally like affirmations that you're saying to yourself over and over and over again. All right, so here's another question. Let's see. Advice for someone who hasn't worked out in a long time and is frustrated with not having the same endurance and strength as previously.
So it's just getting started. Yep. Honestly, you just got to take it one day at a time.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yep. You just got to start. Like you just have to take it one day at a time. And again, as we always talk about, like we just talked about, that grace. like that statement to me, you're frustrated. Let's take all that energy out and let's just say, okay, I'm not where I want to be. So today is the day I'm going to take the first step to get to where I want to be.
Yeah. And instead of being frustrated, get excited.
Yeah.
Get excited.
Girl,
about,
your body's about to be banging.
I know, like, get excited about what's possible and what's to come for you. The best is yet to come, right? Like, so instead, and that's the whole thing with mindset that we're constantly like saying over and over again. Like, instead of like, whenever you're like, okay, frustrated, that's a story I'm telling myself right now. What's another story? Oh, well, I'm excited because I'm now motivated to start working out again. And I'm just so excited about how I'm going to start feeling and what my body is going to look like and all of that, right? So again, great question, but just look at things a little differently, right? All right, love that. Okay, so here's another one. Don't worry about asking questions, so you don't have to say last question. It is all good. Considers it important to have some ideal weight to be able to train future generations of cheerleaders or something specific, since some of my students feel bad. So here's the thing. There isn't necessarily a specific weight because it really does depend on your height, your body composition. Like, I'm naturally just a very skinny person. And so some people are just thicker, right? And so some people carry weight in muscle, which weighs more than fat. And you know what I mean? So the weight, it's not necessarily about the scale, the number on the scale, and it's more about how you look in your own body and in your own skin. And it's about fueling your body and being healthy, right? And so when you're talking about with younger cheerleaders and younger people, it's less about coaching them to be a certain weight and more about coaching them around the lifestyles that we're talking about. Because if you're living by what we talked about from a nutrition and a fitness standpoint, and you're coaching them to have a healthy lifestyle, they're going to develop the body that is healthy, which will translate on the scale as well. Does that make sense?
Yes,
like
it does.
How is there anything else?
No, that's I don't think anything else to say.
Yeah, because listen, like 120 for me, it would look totally different on someone else. So you can't just say you need to be this weight.
Nope.
And not only that, but it's very unhealthy. And that's how children and young women and young men develop eating disorders. When we're concentrating so much on the number on the scale and less about the lifestyle of, and I'd be more than happy, to connect you with Jeanette to talk a little bit more.
Yeah, sure.
Or for us to come on live and talk to, your cheerleaders. I think you're in Mexico. Hola, but I don't speak. That's about all I got for you. ¿Cómo estás? That's about all I got as far as Spanish, but we could figure out a way to make sure that we, help and assist you. Okay, so here we go. I'm not intensely overweight, but I feel guilty enjoying food. What are your recommendations?
Mindset. That's all I can say about that. You've got to get out of that feeling guilty over food because you're going to stay in that vicious cycle.
Yeah.
And that vicious cycle just makes you feel bad all the time.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like, I love food. I love going out. Like, my dad, loves to cook and we love to eat what he cooks. Right. And so there's nothing wrong with enjoying food and dining out, but you have to make sure that you're eating the right foods.
Yep.
Right. So it's not good to enjoy eating cheese puffs every single day. Right?
Yeah.
Because you're not fueling your body in the right way. So as long as you're eating healthy, then it's okay to enjoy the foods as long as it's a healthy lifestyle.
Yep.
Okay. So I don't want anyone to get confused and mistake what we're saying to say that it's okay to enjoy eating when it's unhealthy foods, because we don't want you to eat unhealthy food.
Right. Totally agree.
So a little different there. Okay. So Emily, hey there. So it's all about the mindset. Understand and know that it is okay that you are where you are right now. Yes. And let's see. And use that as motivation to enhance the beautiful you that you are. Most definitely. Someone's been paying attention.
Love that.
Let's see. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we can definitely help you out and talk to some of your dancers and cheerleaders in Mexico, like I said before. So most definitely just let us know. Kristen says, thank you both. You are so inspiring. Yay! Yay! And I'm glad to have found this team. Very empowering. You are so welcome.
Yes.
All right, so here's Kia. She has a question. Do you recommend protein shakes after a workout if we are already doing a protein shake for breakfast? Like, is there such a thing as too many protein shakes?
Absolutely. I don't think you need that many protein shakes. I would rather for you to have one protein shake and get the rest of your protein from food.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. I think that's the last question.
Yay!
Awesome. All right.
Nice
So
job, y'all.
really quick, I already discussed the play of the day. Don't forget tomorrow, show up live because we are giving away 2 $1,000 scholarships. Make sure you do your homework tonight. Post like crazy. Every time that you post about this challenge or about anything Sideline Prep between now and tomorrow, your name is going to go in the hat for every single time that you post. You just have to tag us at Sideline Prep and put hashtag SP Pro Cheer Challenge to get credit for that. Really quick shout out to my team, Sadie and Brittany. I don't even know. This would not even be possible. Jeanette, she worked with both of them to even get this rescheduled and get this up and running while I was out with my family. So really appreciate my team that is behind the scenes doing all the things and just crushing it. Also really quick, wanted to announce our winner for day 3. And you are going home with some Shakeology and some other wonderfulness that Jeanette has brought over to my house. And it is, Gabriella. Hey. Congratulations to you. Just email us and we'll mail out your prizes and everything. Don't forget, we have winners tomorrow, the 2 scholarships, and then we are also going to have a winner for day 5, the mindset, and it's one of my favorite books, The Miracle Equation. So another thing that you're definitely going to want to, win. So join us. Cannot wait to finish out this week with you guys. Don't forget, we do have 2 bonus sessions on Monday and Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern as well. Just looking to see, make sure Sadie has not texted me or Brittany. Looks like I'm good to go as far as that. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, be sure to do that and then follow us on all of our social media outlets. And then I guess we'll close things up just with you, Jeanette, some last minute advice around just getting calendar ready and, mindset around nutrition and fitness.
First of all, you guys, I think the most important part of your whole journey is being present in your journey. I think that, we get so caught up in all the things that we cannot have and, all the things that we have to change. But really, it is all about you being the better version of yourself. So taking that mindset, that positive mindset, and really being intentional with this journey, because it really is a journey, and you'll find that you really enjoy this journey if you give yourself the opportunity to do it. So I just wanted to say, when you join this program, your life is going to be so much better. You will learn so much about yourself. So just take it all in and just be present in this journey, because it really will be worth it in the end.
Yeah, I love that. Like present, and she mentioned intentional. Like, it's so crazy. We both did our vision boards, and my word for this year is intentional. Her word is intention. I'm like, oh my God, that's so crazy. But being present and being intentional and changing your mindset with, all change is hard, right? Like, we want to stay comfortable. We want to stay in the status quo. We want to just chill right here. But change is not going to get you to where you want to be. If you always, I was talking about this tonight, if you always do what you've always done, you're going to continue to get what you've always gotten. So looking at this change, this transformation, this journey that you're going on, and having fun along the way. Yeah. Like, that's all that we can ask of anyone. Just, be present, have fun, and be intentional with every single thing that you do. Absolutely.
You guys are amazing. I'm just so excited that you guys showed up tonight. I think this is such a big part of your journey, and I'm just so excited to work with you. I can't wait to get my hands on you.
And we're obviously going to talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. We've been getting emails and DMs and everything like, how do we sign up for the Pro Cheer Playbook program? We want to make sure that you understand that we're giving you stuff that you can use every single day to create that game plan to go pro. And obviously, we would love for you to join us, and we'll hold you accountable, be that support, be your cheerleaders through the Pro Cheer Playbook program. But it was really important for us to give you the tools and the tips before we get into that discussion. So we will talk about that tomorrow, but it is about dancing like a pro tomorrow as well. We're going to talk about freestyle choreography, picking up choreography faster, all of that good stuff. So we're super excited about tomorrow night, and obviously giving away the $1,000, 2 of them, scholarships for the Pro Cheer Playbook program. So that is it for now. I'm Janine, this is Jeanette, and we are signing off for Sideline Prep and all of our other Sideline Prep coaches, wishing you success in all that you do.
Yes.
Make it a great night, and we will see you back here, same time, same place, tomorrow night. All right, good night, everyone.